It shouldn't happen. It's not right. It is invasive. But at the end of the day, I done seen Kim's breast and Rihanna's breast more than I've seen my own. I have a hard time being like, oh, woe is them. It's so sad. Girl, bye. I've seen it already.
If this was like their private banking information,
yes,
and someone hacked into it and stole money from them, not one person would be saying, you should be more responsible with your money.
To me, I say Polaroid should come back into business. If you're going to take pictures for your man, you're going to take it on a Polaroid camera where you have one copy of it and it stays there.
Do you selfie a Polaroid? How did that work back in the old days?
You know, I guess you'll have to figure it out.
Well, here's what we know, Dr. Drew. So the hashtag Hannahgram has trended all over Twitter with updates from the University of Virginia. The FBI, as you know, is now involved.
Now it's going to be sort of men against women and victims didn't protect
themselves. This is not about men against women. Men make stupid choices too. This is not gender
why
specific.
Men are perpetrators. Let's ask what's wrong with our culture that creates male perpetrators.
No.
This is the problem.
I'm so sorry, because not every woman becomes a victim.
Offenders, they've done studies. They ask, how do you pick your victims? They say body language, their demeanor. Are you wasted? Can you keep yourself together?
This is the most tweeted and Facebook story of the day. A woman who claims she underwent a $20,000 procedure to add a third breast.
Drew, don't ever do that, okay? I love you just the way you are. The second thing is can somebody just grab it? It doesn't have to be a guy. Can't a girl just grab it to figure out if it's real or not?
Everybody has access to the internet. So that includes narcissists and scam artists and criminals and nut jobs. And I know you hate using that term, but I'm sorry. She's all of the above. She's using social media to her advantage. We have hundreds of comments, Dr. Drew, and surprise, surprise, the majority of them are negative. Here's one from Sandy. Quote, there's 4 boobs in that picture if you count her. Oh.
Oh. Domestic violence victims stay because they can't leave. They're stuck. They're afraid for the children. They're afraid the guy's going to get more violent. They're afraid he's going to hurt himself. They're afraid that they have no way to take care of themselves financially. She has that. But I will tell you the most common reason, Sam, and this may or may not surprise you, that a lot of women say, I stay because I love him. They confuse intensity for love. The guy says, it's because I love you so much. I get out of my mind because I love you. Please forgive me. That's BS. That's nonsense. This is not love. It's domestic violence. Do not fall for that crap.
And as for this job, well, not that I have a choice, but I quit.
She joins me now in a primetime exclusive. Or is it something where you just had a moment where you just had to do it? Or, you know, was it something calculated to have the kind of impact it eventually did?
It was calculated, start to finish. Except for the F-bomb. One of the higher-ups, Trent, he came out there yelling, oh my gosh, you just broke the law, what did you do? And then he escorted me out of the building. But as far as the community, which is what all of this is really about, how they've reacted is just overwhelming.
40% of emergency room visits for illicit drugs are marijuana related. This is not good. It's not going to add to our society. It is a bad thing.
How about we ask the good doctor whether or not he believes in medical marijuana?
I think it's ridiculous that physicians can't use anything that they feel they need to use for their patients. And I'm very disturbed by the idea of good drugs and bad drugs. I'm very disturbed by that. The idea that nicotine is a good drug and something else is a bad drug. There's no good drugs and bad drugs. There's just chemicals that humans relate to. I hate the fact that medical marijuana often translates to a terrible practice, a terrible quality of the practice of medicine. Physicians should be able to prescribe whatever they need to do to help their patients, but they need to practice good medicine, not political medicine.
Every single night, do we not take calls from people around college freshman age on Loveline, particularly women who are so scared about and curious about certain sexual questions, right? Now imagine that 18-year-old girl. She shows up for freshman orientation, and then she takes a survey, which then further alienates her even more by hitting her with these incredibly embarrassing questions.
Some of these questions are wildly inappropriate and do not help the issue at hand. Yes, they should do something, but they should do something that is helping, not hurting these students.
Okay. These people are criminals, and I don't care what they look like, and I wish everyone would stop talking about them just because they're kind of cute.
He is hot. Yes, you can't deny that, but you should not be giving him leniency. You should not, people shouldn't be posting their bail. I don't care what you look like. If you commit a crime, you do the time. Okay? Thank you.
Well, the only reason I'm agreeing with you is because you're so hot.
Likewise.
I'm enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this.